Local fashion designers have been left out of pocket in the wake of the closure of one of New Zealand's largest fabric wholesalers. Cooper Watkinson Textiles announced it would be closing its doors a few months ago. One designer has had to cancel orders she already had secured with retailers, while others have had to change designs at the last minute, undoing hours and hours of work and costing them money. Emma Hatton reports.
Wellington woman Desiree Turner turned her hand to fashion about 6 years ago. Working out of her spare bedroom, her label, Clothing by Desiree, has been steadily growing. She says local fashion has always been hard work, but it just got even harder with the closure of Cooper Watkinson Textiles.
They hadn't ordered a whole heap of things in because they knew that they were closing down, and so to try and reduce their liabilities and costs and things like that, there were certain fabrics which they just didn't order in, and unfortunately they didn't actually let me know, which made it a whole lot worse.
Mrs Turner says a collection takes months of design work and planning, and the last-minute fabric no-show has thrown all that out the window.
I already had orders in, so I couldn't actually redesign anything because it was too late. The lookbooks had already been done, myself and the sales agent had already been out and taken orders, so the only thing that I could do was try and find an alternative fabric. I think there were about 3 retailers that I had to talk with and discuss things with, which might not sound like a lot, but for a small label like myself, I've only got 6 or 7 retailers, and so that's a lot of retailers to deal with.
She says she's definitely lost money this year.
Cash flow wise, it's been really difficult because I took a hit from losing orders for this current season. Then I'm having to buy a whole heap of fabric up front, which means that the money is going out already, even though money isn't going to be coming in for probably a year type thing. So that's been quite a hit.
Another Wellington designer, Jessica Matthews from label Ada Maybe, had just received her last order from New Zealand's other major wholesaler, Charles Parson, which is also closing its fashion fabric service soon. She also wasn't told by Cooper Watkinson that they were closing until she went to confirm her order.
I'd done what's called a reserve, so it wasn't a firm order. I'd said, look, could you please hold 100 metres of each of these for me and I will get back to you. It's quite a standard way to do it. So I went and got back to them and said, when do you need to know what my firm order is? And then they said, oh, did you not know that we're closing down? And I said, no one told me, so how would I know?
She says Cooper Watkinson told her if she wanted it, she had to buy it then and there, without sampling or even checking with retailers whether they would be buying what she made.
I did end up buying sort of maybe a third more than I needed. It was a massive outlay of money. I would have really liked to have not spent thousands of dollars on fabric that I didn't know if I wanted. But it was that or not get it at all.
Mrs Matthews says with smaller wholesalers now having to meet the New Zealand fabric demand, it's going to have a massive impact on her business.
Smaller wholesalers lose their major accounts. Can they stay open for people like me? Or does all of that volume now push onto these smaller wholesalers and then I get bumped right back down into the gutter again? So I'm just really trying to work out the path. There's so many unknowns. I really don't know what's going to happen.
The only certainty for both labels is that they will keep on battling to create unique New Zealand designs. RNZ was unable to reach Cooper Watkinson Textiles for comment. For Checkpoint, Emma Hatton.